And I'm also giving thanks to the Divine Mayan calendar itself. And the Hunaku, the one and only giver of movement and measure, the great central sun and the black hole at the epicenter of the omniverse, the maker and modeler of all things physical and non-physical. Heart of earth, heart of sky, heart of humanity, Hunaku. I am here to do your work and to deliver your message. And I thank you for your continued energetic supports. Greetings, dear souls. I am Crispy, a Gaian, Mayan, Pleiadian emissary of light. Een Lak'esh, Alakin. I am another you, you are another me, we are one Godsciousness. And today I'm here to tell you all about the month of February 2024. According to the Mayan Pleiadian calendar, which looks like this. I just printed this one from my very own PDF, which I will gladly send to you for 777 cents. That's $7.77 Canadian. And it includes 12 full months, meaning up to the end of January 2025. So you will be ahead of the game, my friends. Now, what we need to know is that the Divine Mayan Embodiment calendar runs at its most basic on this 13-day loop. Over and over and over and over and over. That's the most basic. Actually, no, that's not true. More basic than that is the 4-color pattern. So every 4 days there's a pattern that repeats. Red, white, blue, yellow, red, white, blue, yellow, red, white, blue, yellow. Infinity! And then, this is the next most basic pattern. The tones, these are called the tones. The 13 tones are also like type or aspect or they modify the 20 glyphs. So every 13 days, there's different 13 glyphs here. And what's happening on February 1st is it's tone 7 of the rainstorm. Now tone 7 is the middle. That's partly why it's called reflecting. And so February 1st is reflecting rainstorm. Now the way this system works is that whomever, and I say whom because these glyphs are an essence of personality. They are a soul essence of personality. Rainstorm is the 19th glyph. So what happened on day 1, the glyph that was day 1, was 6 days before that, which is the 13th glyph called corn. And that starts tomorrow, the 26th of January. So today is tone 13 of the glyph called Traveler, Transcending Traveler. That's why I'm wearing yellow. Now, back to Feb 1st, tone 7, directly connected to the crown chakra. And the glyph called Rainstorm, there you go, you see the Rainstorm glyph. Ooh, there's a lot of energy happening here. This glyph is actually the most connected glyph to the sacred feminine. All of the sacred feminine roles within our society, all of the energy that not only women do, but awakened men who are in connection with their own divine feminine do all of these things and carry these energies. Now the 13th glyph called corn represents the home and the family and nourishment, of course, but also physical structures. Another name for the glyph is often cane or reed, like sugar cane or any of those straight-growing plants. Also bamboo. So corn, cane, reed, bamboo. All things that are completely necessary, useful, nourishing, helpful to the family and in the home. So that was tone 1. And reflecting rainstorm is like the highest peak of the rainstorm that ever happens in the 13-day pulse wave, being connected to the crown chakra and also being connected to the 7 sisters of the Pleiades. You see, the Mayan calendar came from the Pleiades. So every tone 7 day is directly connected to the Pleiades. And the rainstorm being divine feminine and the eye of the storm. It's right there. So we can say that all of February is being anchored in by Pleiadian divine feminine energy. Whew. Thank you. It's true, my friends. Now, let's continue. The following day, Friday, February the 2nd, happens to be tone 8 of the solar chief, harmonizing solar chief, which is the Mayan birthday of none other than the most famous Mayan king of what the Spanish called Palenque, but what the Maya called Lacamha, meaning great waters, or basically home of the great waters. King Kinish Hanab Pakal. Now, this birthday is also a few other high vibration people. Vincent van Gogh, Clarissa Pinkola Estes, Nora Jones, and George Van Tassel. So in modern times, on a fractal of 260 days, that means every one of those birthdays, there it is a fractal of this day. Keen 60. This is Keen 20, Keen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20, 40, Keen 60. Kinish Hanab Pakal's birthday, and those other awesome peoples. So tone 8 is the most common day for public ceremony to the Maya. They can have ceremonies on every day, of course, but if there's going to be a public ceremony, it will often be on a tone 8 day. In fact, there are shrines all over Guatemala just for tone 8. So you see, so these glyphs, they're more colorful and have images of faces and beings and things, but the Maya consider the tones to be entities themselves. This is a living pulse wave, okay? And tone 7, being reflecting, is like you're at the top of the pyramid, looking around, seeing, experiencing, feeling. And then we begin the journey down with tone 8. And tone 8 also represents 2 4s, interestingly enough. And 4 is this very solid square. So tone 8 has like this double solid foundation to it. And then, of course, the 20th glyph is all about ascension and the hero's journey and returning home after this long 20-day journey of experiencing all there is to experience. So, Friday, February 2nd, Kinish Hanab Pakal, and Nora Jones's Mayan birthday. Now, I'm not going to tell you every day of the month. That would take far too long. And just follow my page on Facebook if you want the daily readings. But let's skip a little bit ahead to February 7th, which is the end of the pulse wave, starting with corn, and it ends on the serpent. The serpent, when you combine with tone 13, is transcending serpent, which means Quetzalcoatl in the Mexico City area, the Mixtec, which later became called Aztec, which is not their name. They were the Mixtec people. That's where the name Mexico came from. Quetzalcoatl. And in the Yucatan, especially around the area of Chichen Itza, that has the pyramid of Kukulkan, they call that energy of the feathered serpent, the transcending serpent, Kukulkan. And what it really represents is the earthly body, the serpent, which the Maya revere almost like no other animal. There's a few others, the deer and the jaguar, of course, is in the Tzolk'in, as well as the eagle, and Quetzal, some other birds too, but not penguins. The serpent, transcending serpent, represents humanity joining with our own soul, our eternal soul, the physical body joining with like the wings of our soul, harmonizing them and transcending the shadow ego. So, the 7th of February, sit with that energy, my friends. Bring in the energy coming up from the center of the earth into your root chakra, all the way up to your crown chakra, and continuing up. The energy goes all the way up to the center of the universe, called the Hunabku, and it comes all the way back down. It goes through your body all the way into the heart crystal core of planet Earth. If you feel that and visualize it long enough, you are very much on your journey to becoming your own Kukulkan and transcending this physical body. Now the next day, February 8th, we start a new pulse wave, and one day after Serpent is reincarnation, initiating reincarnation, which happens to be the Mayan birthday of not only P.D. Uspensky, but Nassim Haramein and Carolyn Mace. Wow. Incredible energy here coming from initiating reincarnation. The 8th of February. So again, every tone one day initiating pushes this whole energy. I call it a mini Big Bang. And they are the pulse wave teacher, like I alluded to with the first day of February being the 7th day of the pulse wave. The first glyph is the defining message or teacher of the following 12 days. And what is the message from reincarnation? The following day, Friday, February 9th, is tone 2, called Pairing and the Deer. So Pairing Deer, and it happens to be on the new moon. So if any of you are into rituals on the new moon, tone 2 is directly connected to your sacral chakra, pairing. And the deer is about protection. For not just oneself, of course, but for all of the four-footed animals and two-footed in the plains and the forests. So a wonderful energy on that day, new moon pairing deer. The following day, Saturday the 10th, is activating tone 3, star seed. Some people call it the star, some people call it the seed. I call it star seed, activating star seed. And this day is brought to you by Viktor Frankl and Whitney Houston. Interesting pair there. You're going to have to work that out for yourself. Skipping ahead to Tuesday, February 13th, Balancing Monkey, Taylor Swift, Akira Kurosawa, and Pablo Neruda. Now, balancing. I happen to be the only one in the world right now who teaches that balancing should be thought of upside down, as it were. Balancing on a rolla bola. And I think it could be said that these 3 birthday exemplars are excellent at balancing. One of the only reasons to ever get up on one of these is to show your mastery. Am I right? First you got to practice, and everyone does. And then they want to show other people. So the following day, February 14th, which is a global celebration of the Mayan heart-opening substance called cacao, which most people had no idea came from the Mayan culture. They also had no idea that it's been used ritually for thousands of years to form connections and bonds between people. Not just lovers, but whole families, whole tribes, cities. It's like a glue holding part of the Mayan culture together. It's like threads in the fabric of Mayan life. That day happens to be tone 7 again of the Traveler, 20 days from today. So today is tone 13 of the Traveler, and February 14th is tone 7 of the Traveler. Again, crown chakra, and the Traveler is on a sacred journey. Reflecting traveler. So beautiful. I wish the world would drink a large mug of cacao with me on that day. Moving to Saturday the 17th, we have Manifesting Eagle, which is the Mayan birthday of Neil Donald Walsh and Ava Marquez. Now, tone 10 is 2 hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the hand, and 5 and 5 is 10. Prayers, making deals, manifesting. It's called manifesting for a reason, my friend. And the eagle is vision and also abundance. The eagle, the ego, the ego. Look at the ego flying in the sky. The ego, manifesting ego. Oh my goodness. And one of the key words of eagle is abundance. So on Saturday, the 17th of February, is Manifesting Abundance Day. Now, I should also say that using the 2 hands as a prolific visionary writer, both Ava and especially Neil have brought their vision to the world with innumerable books, somewhere like 10 billion books between the 2 of them. It's truly incredible. Very high vibration day on that day. Tuesday, February 20th is tone 13, Transcending Obsidian Mirror Knife. The first day of the pulse wave was the white glyph reincarnation. The last day is the white glyph transcending obsidian mirror and knife. Brought to you by the energies of Gene Roddenberry. Now his vision, wow, am I right? his mirroring and knife vision was able to pierce through the veil of earthbound humanity and look out to the stars. His vision, incredible. He brought to Earth the vision of the prime directive, cosmic non-interference. Do you want to talk about channeling for a moment? Okay, let's go over here and do that over there, okay? I'm staying on task here. Now the next day, we go back to the 19th glyph of rainstorm. So February 1st, 7, reflecting rainstorm. February 21st, initiating rainstorm. And that illustrates the order, which has come up a little bit already today. But let's talk about the order of glyphs as they appear. Every 20 days, the order is the following. If we start at the top of the Tzolk'in, it's really easy to see. Just by looking at the sunrise glyph, it's going to appear in this order. 1, 8, 2, 9, 3, 10, 4, 11, 5, 12, 6, 13, 7. So 7 is the last number. Now, if you look at the Tzolk'in, you see 1 here, of course, starting on 1, and 7 as the bottom number, and then, as I just said, 7 as the ending number of the sequence, and then 13 as the final ending number. So 1, 7, 7, 13. So tone 7 definitely has, despite being the highest and the top of the pyramid, it also has an ending and a type of closure energy to it. But that's not what's happening on the February 21st, which is type or tone or aspect 1 of the rainstorm. So again, we have initiating divine feminine energy. So there's so much feminine energy in February. It's wonderful. And humanity is so ready to embrace this now. The divine feminine has been coming back to us, I would say, in the last 50 years, especially in the last 20, and even more so in the last 10, I feel. And now, with the information that you can very plainly see through Mayan embodiment, every single human being has divine feminine and divine masculine energy in us. It came to me in a vision like this, and we can pretend that it's external helping us, being our guides, and it is in a way, but it's more than that. Een Lak'esh, Alakin, all of the glyphs and all of the tones are part of all of us, because we are all part of Godsciousness, which is the Hunab Ku. We are all a little initiating rainstorm. And here's my thunder. Not very threatening, luckily. DNA is a fractal device. It is a tool for Godsciousness to come into Earth and experience human physicality in the Gaian Earth realm. All of these are equal. There's no one day that is better than any other day. They're all reflections of the one. Een Lak'esh, Alakin is oneness. You are oneness. I am oneness. We are all oneness. If you add up every single human being on the planet, The number is 1. All right. So, February 21st, initiating rainstorm. Guess who our birthday exemplars are? Well, you can't, so I'll just tell you. Princess Diana and Dr. Helen Schuckman. If you have not yet read A Course in Miracles, just email me and I'll send you my notes. I have a lot of them, all right? Or do something else, or just read the book. I know it's 750,000 words, and that's quite an investment, but it pays off. Trust me. Divine Feminine, initiating, anchoring the Divine Feminine, setting intentions for the Divine Feminine. February 21st, such a powerful month for the Divine Feminine. Whew. So let's skip a little forward to Saturday, February 24th, stabilizing breath on the full moon with Michael Jackson, Alberto Villoldo, Howard Hughes, and another Michael Pollan. Tuesday the 27th is Reflecting Serpent. And there we have the serpent again. Last time it was here, it was Transcending Serpent, representing Quetzalcoatl. And again, tone 7 is the crown chakra. So twice in the month of February, the serpent comes to us representing the chakras and Kundalini energy, reflecting serpent. And to the Maya, this energy of the serpent also contains or embodies something they call koyopa. And it's like flashes of energy that run through the system when you feel something is perfectly true or exciting. It's not like a bolt of lightning, but it's like sheet lightning running through a cloud. And the Maya call it koyopa. So skipping one day, we come to a very magical day indeed, February 29th, which is called Patient Deer. Tone 9, yet again connected directly to the Divine Feminine, especially because of the birthing process, the 9 months of gestation, the 9 months that happen during a Tzolk'in, the 9 lunar cycles, I should say. 29 multiplied by 9 is 261. So there are 9 lunar cycles in the Tzolk'in, which is a reflection of DNA. And the deer, as I mentioned before, is a protecting energy. Now, February 29th is also a very interesting day because it's leap year day, and not only that, it is the day of complete and utter destruction of the dream spell. They left that opening. It's like when they were building their Death Star. They wanted to have a little opening that a little Luke Skywalker could fly in and blow the whole fucking thing up. They did it on purpose. They meant for it to explode. That's why they call it Zero Hunab Ku Day. It's a joke. The whole thing was a massive distraction to get you looking over here. It's pure ego. That's why there's the Skywalker in it, and wizards and warriors and dragons, and those are not the nice dragons. These are the kind that go along with wizards and warriors and Skywalkers. The whole dream spell is a war calendar. More than that, it is directly connected to the Gregorian calendar, which it claims to hate. And it says the Gregorian calendar is the downfall of humanity. But because of February 29th being the real day out of time, the whole dream spell is a reptilian attachment to the reptilian Gregorian calendar. Okay? You can't ignore it. It's impossible to unknow this now. So what you need to do is scrape the residue of that ego-infested bullshit out of your mind. Whew, it's not easy, but I can tell you what will help. All right? And this guy too. There, okay? Internalize this. So, that's it for February. Oh yeah, February 29th, leap year day. The destruction of the dream spell is brought to you by Elizabeth Warren and Loretta Lynch. Two incredibly persistent and powerful ladies of protection. So there you have it, my friends. February 2024 is an incredible month. It's going to be so utterly fantastic. I can't even believe it. I'm so excited to share it with you. Thank you so much for watching. Een Lak'esh, Namaste.